Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Nellie Ruth Designs. Oh, I just finished a little while ago. I just finished having lunch with my son. Came home from work, and he's gone back. And I've been all morning taking down the remainder of the Christmas decorations, and it's done. I feel so accomplished. Haven't really gotten anything else done today. Didn't get my workout in. Haven't done my Bible study yet. But the Christmas decorations are all down, organized, wrapped, and put away. So that's a good feeling. So this is part 2 of the, I don't know if I want to call them book tag, my book tag project, my book club book tag project. But the previous video, I showed you what I was creating for my book club. So just a quick recap. These here is what I created using images of the first 2 books, the book we read and the book we are presently reading. So if you want an explanation as to all of this, you can go back, watch the video previous to this. And today we're going to be using some watercolors. And I did mention in the previous video, I wasn't sure where I got these in the Etsy shop. Well, I went back last night and I took a look, and I did find the shop, and she does have this image in her shop. I will put that in the description where you can go and find Wryn. Her name is Wryn. And if you would like to get the download, excuse me, for Wryn, you can go and purchase her. But she's very, very cute. And there's a whole series of Wryn. There's a series of Molly, another gal by the name of Molly. It's a great site on Etsy, great little shop. So last night, I wanted to play with my watercolors, and I came upstairs and hunkered down, and I just started to paint with them. I hadn't used watercolors probably since I was a kid. And I got 2 different styles that my son gave me at Christmas, and I'll show you. So one is an iridescent paint, and I hope you can see the shimmer and the shine on this, and I just love the iridescence. Excuse me, I have a little cough that's attached itself to my throat today. And then I used the straight watercolor set. And then on the back side, I did decide to, I bordered Wryn with a piece of black, just to make her a little more sturdy. I did not use watercolor paper on this. This is just regular, normal. It's not copy paper. It's a heavier cardstock, and it can be purchased at Staples. So I ran them through, and the ink was great. It didn't run at all. And I was really tried to be careful not to get a lot of water on the ink, but there was no problem there with the ink running. And then on the back side, I did decide to put my library card pockets. And the premise of this is the girls can keep track of what they've read in 2021, because we read The Engineer's Wife in 21. Then they can start on 22, and then they make their list of books if they'd like to. Or they can use this however they want. And all I did, because these are plain, and all I did was add some piece of a book page for the background. And then these are wonderful sayings that I purchased from Mrs. Cogs in her Etsy shop. And I have a whole section I purchased from her just on reading and books. So these are a couple of the sayings. These are a few of the sayings that I clipped out. Books are the bees which carry the quickening pollen from one to another mind. And then what is reading but silent conversation? Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. I haven't decided just yet what I'm going to do with, the others. But there's a whole bunch of sayings here. And so you can go to Mrs. Cogs as well to find book sayings and such. So I just thought today we would take some time, and I thought I'd just do a little painting. So if you want to stick around, thank you. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to people that are passing by, stop in and stick around. And thank you for your comments. So I got out my mat. This is a rubber style mat. It's from Heidi Swap, and I really like it. I use this for when I use water and lots of messy stuffs, because I can just throw this right in the sink and wash it. So this was the brush that I was using last night. I'm going to try this again. And I don't know if I have it up here still. I like to have a paper towel with me, and I'm just going to use this one again. This is the one that I used last night. It's really, sometimes I blot if I have, if I find there's too much water, or and this is all new to me. I'm not an artist. I'm not one to give instruction. The only thing I will tell you is what I learned. You have one water here that you do your dunking in, and then this is a second rinse cycle, just kind of like your washing machine. So I'm going to put those there. And this is the iridescent shimmery paints that my son gave me. And you can kind of see how they shimmer and shine here. And then he also gave me a beautiful kit. I have a hard time opening this one. And I have to do this with that. Let's see, where's my little... So this one is funny. I don't want to crack the plastic, so I just kind of lift this up a little bit. Because my luck, I would force it open and the top would crack or whatever. And then this is just the normal, regular watercolors. So I work out of both of them. Let me get these set here. And again, like I said, I'm not an artist. I don't know how to blend or shade or anything like that. I just, I really would like to learn. So that might be a nice way, another little something for me to get into. I think I'm going to do her hat green here. Let me see if I can bring this forward a little bit. So today we're just going to play with paint and chit-chat a little bit. And I haven't started blending the paints yet. Again, I just kind of want to take my time and do some step-by-step instructionals. And I did find a site on YouTube that I think will be really lovely to follow along with. And it is for beginners. And the girl is really, she's really marvelous at her. She's a professional. So, and I just like the way she explains things. And I will put her page as well in my description. So if you want to pick up a few hints and tips, you can. And I'm just adding a little bit of water just to spread it a little bit. And then when I get a little hair, I just try to pick it out and move it over. Now, I do know, I did learn this, that obviously when your paint dries a little bit, and you don't have, obviously the more water you have on your brush, the softer the color's going to be, and the less water it's going to be, it's going to be a little darker. And again, like I said, I'm not real good. I don't know much about shading or I don't want to say contrasting, but blending. I guess that's the term, blending. But I will teach myself. So I think what I'll do is I'll make a new playlist, and I will title it watercolor art or watercolor tutorial. I don't want to call it a tutorial because I'm really not, I don't want to teach anything because I don't have the knowledge to teach. But maybe I can just label it playing with watercolors. So that way when you see it, and if there's something that you'd like to work on that you have, you could work on it the same time that I do. And then it won't be just you're sitting there watching me paint. And I think the other thing I think would be kind of fun that I just thought of, is to do along with the, I'm just dotting that because I'd like this back part to be a little bit lighter, her ribbon in the background. So maybe if I just blot that a little bit. I think it might be kind of fun. I mean, we can play with splattering when you splatter your paint. But I think if you do a little bit of embroidery also on some of these, it could be really fun. A combo of watercolors and embroidery. So, okay, so I'm going to come back and do her, well, no, see, now I messed that up. So what I'm going to do, because if you notice, and I'm just going to add water to this and blot it. And I think I can remove some of the paint this way. Her ribbon here, because I was talking. So I guess maybe this is good because you are learning what not to do when I make a mistake. So her ribbon up here, this ribbon actually goes with the ribbon on here. So what I'm going to do is I'll get a complementary color over here. And I think maybe I will pick, let's pick some sky blue here. I'll call this bluebird nest blue or whatever. I think that would go nice with the, and the other thing that I like about, let me just get this before I start flapping my jaw, and we're going to blot that just a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right. This makes it a little more turquoisey because of the blue. But the other thing that I really like about the, you can just, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, but you don't have to color the whole thing in. I like when you just do partial. I mean, that you can tell that is really watercolor on there. So, I have to think of, I'm not using crayons, so I don't want to cover everything up. I definitely don't want to cover everything up. So, and I also found if you add just a little bit of, if you color outside the lines, you add just a little tiny bit of water and then you blot it, it clears up, it goes away. So I'm going to work on her hair, and I want to give her some fun hair. I did just a traditional, normal kind of blondishy brown. But I've seen on the site over there on the Etsy shop, she had purple and turquoise and all different fun hair. Maybe I'll make her a little redhead. I think if we do give her a little bit of red hair, and I don't want it to be really cherry red either. And I do turn this in different directions, so it's easier for me to work with. Maybe her pigtail could be a little bit darker. This morning when I was having breakfast, well, I shouldn't say breakfast. I didn't have breakfast till late. But I'm really happy that I'm trying to do some different things. I don't know about you, but I'm the type, I can get bored very easily with doing the same thing over and over. So I went and sat down and I went to watch a couple gals that I haven't seen in a long time. My go-to, the gals that I really like to watch are Buttons for Brains, Liz. She's fabulous. I love Liz's work. And what else do I watch? Who else do I watch? I'll pop in every now and then over to Tanya, Tatty Treasures. But I couldn't hold, no one could hold, other than Liz, but no one could hold my interest today. Because again, it's just all about junk journaling and pockets and tags and belly bands. And I thought to myself, if I can't hold if they can't hold my interest, I'm worried that if I keep doing the same things over and over, this thing, you know, it's going to happen to my viewers, and I don't want to lose subscribers. And I do want, you know, people coming back because they want to see different things, and they want to learn different things. They want to try different things. So I'm really liking the watercolor aspect of this. And then the, you know, the book club tags. So if there's anything else, let's see. Okay, so let's decide what color dress she's going to have. So she's got red hair. Isn't she cute? Maybe we could do a, I don't want to do pink because that would clash with her hair. Maybe we could do a nice purple. Let's do that. Let's do a fun purple. And I'm not going to do the iridescent color. I'm just going to do a plain, use over here out of the so again, if there's something that you'd like to see that maybe I could try, or we could try together, you know, please don't be afraid to speak up in the comments. I mean, the worst I can say is, gosh, I don't know about that. You know, I could try it, but it may not be a success. Not that everything has to be a success, but you know what I'm saying. I just think you can do a lot of fun things with, you know, watercolors, and it's so relaxing. I know one gal that follows me, she does beautiful, beautiful work in coloring books. And it can be very, it just is a very relaxing thing to do. Okay, so we have her little collar. We could do, I don't want to do a deep, I'd like to do a light color. We'll come back to her collar. Let's do the books. How we set on time here. Okay, we're about 22 minutes, so we're doing good. All right, so let's do some books. I do like the, we're going to go back to the red. I do like to use red. I think red, it's a fun color. It pops. It pops off the page. And we could do a, let's see, we could do a dark blue, deep blue. And we could put the blue, let's put the blue up around here. Take some of that off of there. Okay. And let's see, how about if we do a, what did I do over here? I did a brown. Let's do a yellow. Yellow here is kind of, can't really see it coming off, but it is coming off on the brush. Next thing I want to get is a color wheel. The gal that I watched, she talked a lot about color wheel and what goes, you know, together, and you have your opposite colors, you know, across from each other. So we have our yellow. Let's do a, I guess I'll just do the primary colors here. Let's do a green. Oh, let's see, let's do green here. And then we can do green down here too. It'll be kind of like a, okay. And that's the one thing that I really like about the watercolors. If you leave just a little splotch there, it really looks like it's a, you know, a bona fide watercolor. See, where you can just kind of, and again, you just, you know, you just kind of have to play with it. Okay, and then we're going to do, let's see what I used this beige, or what we used to call it when we did the facial. You always, when you were little, you always colored everybody's faces. This color here. But I thought it would be great, you know, to look like your book pages, you know, paper. There. All right, so we have that book, that book, that book, that book. Oh, we got to outline that. We have to outline the bottom one. And then we're almost done. So let's put a burgundy. I've got like this deep burgundy here. I think it's a burgundy. I can put that around there. All right, we got everything. Book, book, book. Oh, we'll do that up here too. There. There. Okay. Okay, so the only thing we have left are her shoes, her little slippers. And I think I will do those in a pink, iridescent. I think that will be fun. So let's get a hot pink here. Let's do a hot pink. See, so like I said, sometimes it looks like you aren't picking up any any paint with these iridescents, but I know you are. Yeah, see that? And then I'll get the front done here. There. Okay, and maybe I will do, I've got a little bit of this here, so maybe I will do her collar and do her collar in a pink, and then I'm just going to blotch that a little bit. There. All right, another Wryn is all done. So I guess we could just finish her off. It doesn't take any time, really, for the watercolor to dry. We'll just let this set here a minute. I will get out my, see, this is all dry here. Everything's dry. We'll just give that a minute. And then I have my black paper that we are going to adhere her to. All right. And I just want that to dry a little bit more. And then I have a beige. So I think what I can do is, let's do it this way. Because I don't want to rush this process, because my luck, I would. So I'm going to get some tape on here. Normally I wouldn't do it this way. I would do it right on the back of Wryn. But seeing that this is still drying a little bit, then I think what I'll do is put a little bit of glue. Again, I would just tape this whole paper down. That's what I did with my other one, but just for the purpose of time. And all right, so we're going to put her right there like that, and I can trim her a little bit better. So, and because I'm going to do this, that way hopefully I won't smudge any paint. Nope. I think she's pretty good and dry. All right, so we will trim her up. All right, let me get my cutter. And I think she looks good there. And then we're going to attach her over here. This is a little bit heavier cardstock. I know the only reason I'm putting her on here is just for some extra, okay, she's all dry, is just for some extra oomph. Just for some extra oomph. And, okay. All right, so I'm going to get her a little bit bigger border, because I want this to be a little bit bigger than and I put a piece of paper over this because when I use this, I don't want to catch anything. So I always put a piece of paper over when I use my little paddle to adhere anything down. Because I have caught things in the past and I've ripped them up. And it didn't work out too well. All right, so this I just kind of eyeball. this one here. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then on the back side, this is where we'll flip her over. And we are going to I'm going to put her on here just in case there's something on my board here. I don't want it to come onto the new artwork area. So we're going to grab let's see, what did I do with them? My desk is a little messy. Okay, here we go. So here's this. And where'd my paper go? Right here. All right. And what I'm going to do is, because the other way, when I did the other one, I left it on this paper here, and I just had a hard time with that outer paper hanging over the edge. And so I'm going to put this on first. This does have adhesive on it, but I just want to make sure that it just stays down really well. Okay. All right, so that's on there. And we're going to put the book page on here. My son got me this cute little terror for Christmas too. Everybody did a nice job this year in getting me the items I asked for, especially my son. He's a very good listener. Okay. So that will go on like that. And then let's pick out a saying. And let's see. Let me see. I had a few others here. Let's see. I like this. Wear the old coat and buy the new book. I like that one too. But I like this one as well. I'm going to put this one on here. Books are the bees. And I just snipped my corners on here. I just think it looks a little more interesting. And the only reason I'm putting some Ranger ink on here is just so it stands out a little bit more. So we'll put that down. That's a good choice too, because of the bees with a complete book of gardening. That would go like. And then I do a little finishing touch with a little bit of a sprig of something here, which is fun. And I do want to add a little bit more color because Wryn is so colorful on the front. I could add that. Something like that. Or I could add, I take this off here. This might be pretty. I can put that like that. And then I can add this one up here like that. So I'll do that. There. And that's it. That's all there is to making these fun little book club book tags to keep track of the books that your club is reading. And again, if you have a book club with 10 or 12 girls, you know, this would be a monthly project unto itself. But if you just have a few, like there's just 4 of us, and it's just, I just thought it would be nothing I had to do. I just thought it would be something fun and nice to give the girls. Just a nice little something something. Nice little something something. Nice little gesture. There. All right, so we'll slip that back, and I like to give her a little life here, so it's not so hard to get in. And then all we have left to do is clip my corner here. Okay. And then we are going to that I might be able to use. Find my row. Here we go. Here's my row. This is my circle punch. This is a 1-inch plus, and this is great for your little circles. Okay, that's how that works. And then we are going to attach these, and I'll show you another little trick that I do when I get the one on the front, just so I make sure I take my pen, a ballpoint pen, and I just go through and just kind of make sure that it's lined up there. And then we put one on the back side, and we are good to go. There. There you go. There she blow. So we've got, let's move this here. So we have this one here that she is just as cute as can be. And then we have this one here. We will add another. I've got 2 more to go, and I will finish those this weekend. So there you have it. You've got your, need a bulldozer to get some of this stuff out of the way. There. So we have 2 all set and ready to go. You can laminate the fronts if you want. I've chosen not to laminate the fronts because I was afraid that you wouldn't be able to see the shimmer and the shine. If you did, you'd have a nice plastic cover on the front. Then you could always attach this to the plastic part. I think this is really cute the way it is. So there you have it, everybody. There are 2 done. I'd love to see or hear if you belong to a book club, if you make something like this. I will put the Etsy shop in my description where you can find this little image of Wryn. So if you want to use this for your book tags, you can. And thanks for joining in. I'm really enjoying this project, and I hope you are too. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.